What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Paperback Dan, and today I'm here to show off everything that I got for Black Friday. Um, Spent the better part of my morning slash afternoon going to comic shops, and I'll show off what I got because I like it. So first, we'll get the boring stuff out of the way. I got this Marvel Legends Icarus figure. Every time that I think I'm gonna get out of the hobby, I still end up spending money on them. But yeah, I'm not, I don't know. I kind of want the build a figure too, but that means that I'll really be getting back into it, and I don't know if I can afford that. We'll see. But the Icarus figure was half off, so I couldn't pass it up. Um, Up next, I got a couple of pops that were $5 each. Bit of a Dragon Ball Z fan, although I guess it's technically Super. Whatever. But from the superhero movie, which I enjoyed. My favorite one, though, is the Orange Piccolo. Really pumped about that. They didn't have Beast Gohan, which is probably the one that I want the most, but I'm very happy with the Orange Piccolo in the meantime. All right, that's out. Then the rest is all comics from here. So up first, I bought the entire set of Death Blow from Image. I think this is a Jim Lee book. I don't know if I'm assuming it ended up being Wildstorm, and it's probably like a DC thing now. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't usually go for singles, but lately my comic shop has like had these bundles like this, and I've been kind of intrigued by like the early to mid 90s Image stuff. So I've gotten a couple. Like, I bought Pit, and I bought was it Backlash, I think. So I've gotten a couple bundles, and it's the whole series, which is kind of cool. It's 35 bucks, which is like less than, or just a little over $1 per issue. So kind of excited about that. Then for the trades that I bought, which is where I spent the most of my money, I got Spread, Volume 1 by Justin Jordan. I already forgot what that book was about. I remember not being interested in it when it initially came out, but Justin Jordan and half off was enough of a deal for me. This is Kaya Volume 3. I already have Volume 1. I think Volume 2 is on the way, so I just bought the third one while it was there. And all the stuff was half off, so like I wasn't going to find a better deal for it, realistically. This is Stellar by Joe Keating, who I feel like he's kind of like an underrated writer, and I don't even know if he's still writing anymore. But I've always liked his work, and this has like that mid 2000s Image like look to it that I find myself really being a fan of, so I had to get it. And then up next is Dread Gods by Ron Mars. I feel like this is one of his this one I've actually read before. I wanted the physical version of it. I feel like this is one of his more underrated or like unknown books because it's with IDW. And I think there was supposed to be a sequel and we never got it, which was kind of unfortunate. Probably never going to happen. But I enjoy what I read of this one. And this, I don't even know how I'm going to pronounce this. I know Scout has kind of come under fire a little bit recently, but Zinnober? I don't know how you'd pronounce that. I actually bought this book like 2 or 3 years ago on Scout's website because they were having a Black Friday sale. But they ended up being sold out of this, so they sent me like a digital copy, and then I don't even think they charged me for it. So I wanted the physical one. And it was there, and like I said, everything was half off, so it was pretty hard to beat. Up next is the Hack Slash Omnibus Volume 2. I don't have any of the other ones, but I wanted to get into the series, and this was the only copy that they had that wasn't beat up. They had 1 and 3, and I think like 1 was like super sun faded and yeah, it looked in bad shape, and then the other one was like really bent. So I got Volume 2, and I'm going to order the other ones elsewhere. Up next is BPRD Omnibus Volume 10. I didn't even know that 10 came out. I have all 9 of the rest of them on a shelf over there. Didn't know the 10 came out, and I'm glad to realize when I came home that I didn't double dip and buy it twice. But yeah, volume 10. I don't know. I don't know how many more there would need to be, but kind of excited to be caught back up. Next is No One, which like just came out. So getting this for 50% off was cool. I think it came out like last week or 2 weeks ago. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a huge fan of the Massiveverse. This is part of that, even though it's fairly standalone. I don't know. There's like a podcast that partners with this, and I don't know if I want to go that far and like check that part out and watch the inevitable movie. We'll see. But I am excited to finally have this. Been waiting for that one for a while. And last for the trades is the Super Dinosaur Compendium. It says volume 1, so I'm not sure if there's actually going to be another one. They do that sometimes where they just say volume 1 and there's no actual second one. I don't know. But yeah, Robert Kirkman is up there among my favorite writers. And you've got this kid and his superpowered dinosaur as a best friend. You don't need to pitch it any further. You know, I never got around to reading it when it was coming out. And now it's finally in one book. And I'm very excited about it. And then, last couple of things. Probably the stuff I'm most excited about. So everyone loves Ghost Machine. I got Rook Exodus number 5 because I really like these covers. I want to try to hunt down the other B covers that have the masks. I think I have one other one. And I need to get... I think there's 2 more at the moment. I don't know. But yeah, all these covers, they're the B covers that have just the masks. I want all of them because I think they look really cool. And like I said, again, that one was issue 5. I got Middle West, issue 18. Middle West is probably one of my favorite Image series. Easily top 10, maybe top 5. And I don't want the whole series in singles. I don't care about that, but I was just going through the back issue bin and I saw this and I figured instead of getting like a random issue 7 or something, because they didn't have the first issue, I figured getting the final issue would work because I want to display this somewhere. I have a bunch of those like BCW display cases, boxes, I forget what they call them. So I'll probably put this in one of those, hang that up somewhere. I'm kind of happy about that. Another one of my favorite Image series, I got Murder Falcon number 1. Daniel Warren Johnson is the man. He's probably one of the best artists out there right now. Murder Falcon's a book that I really liked, and I think the single issues were like 70% off or something like that. So I paid like $2 for it, or $1.50 or something. I can't do math. But yeah, it was a steal. Plus the cover is just sick. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then the stuff that I'm probably the most excited about, and arguably the reason that I went, because I went to this shop down in Maryland who is like responsible for Baltimore Comic-Con. I don't know if they host it, whatever, sponsor it. But they're like the major Baltimore Comic-Con comic shop. And when I saw them at Baltimore Comic-Con, I asked them if they had any of this stuff. And they were like, no, we don't have it on hand. But if you come to our shop, we have some there. He gave me a little flyer that had the Black Friday sale information on it and whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just go then. So I did. And I've been on a huge Valiant kick lately. So I went there because I wanted some back issues, single issues, whatever, of the original 2012 reboot stuff. So I got Bloodshot number 1, and I got Archer and Armstrong number 1, which are 2 of my favorite series from that reboot. I mean, I pretty much like all the stuff. I was a little bummed they didn't have Harbinger. That's the one that I probably wanted the most. And I already have Exo Man of War, but I'll hunt down the Harbinger one elsewhere. So I know I kind of flew through that, but I also didn't want to bore anybody. And I think that's everything. Yeah, covered all my stuff. Managed to stay within budget, within reason. I did make a couple of orders on cheap graphic novels and I think Midtown Comics, so I might show that stuff off when it eventually arrives. But that's all I got for today. And if you are like me and you recently got on the Blue Sky hype train, shoot me a follow if you see this, at Paperback Dan. I don't know, is B Sky, so whatever the hell it is, just at Paperback Dan. I'll probably be one of the first results. And I'm Paperback Dan anywhere else, Twitter, Instagram. I don't really use either of those that much anymore, though. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. If you celebrated, I hope everyone continues to have a good rest of their weekend. And I will be back when I get my orders from other Black Friday sales. Peace.